Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. Okay. So I'm going to be doing a collective message today. With that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm actually going to be doing a 3-card pull. It's a spread that came with this deck. So it goes into a challenge and then a potential solution. So we are going to get into it. First one. With that, while I'm pulling these, I would just like to say thank you so much for your engagement in the channel. It really does help. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The likes, the shares, comments, subscribes, all of that really, really does help out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So that's the heart of the issue or question. Now we're pulling the challenge and then the solution. What is the challenge? Okay, we got 2. Righty dokie. Then what is the solution? Right. So my daughter came down right as I pulled that last card. And like came into my recording space and wanted to show me something that she made. She's very proud of herself and she crocheted like this heart thing. And then it's like one of those little not beading looms, rainbow loom things with all the little rubber bands. But she took and crocheted a heart somehow out of them and then made it into a ring. And so she came down and was very, very excited and had to show me. And so everything that happens in my readings are symbolic in more or less. And so what I'm picking up is there's 2 different things that could be going on before we get into the cards. One could be there could be an issue with being distracted. Maybe you're in a situation where you feel like you're constantly being interrupted. You aren't able to fully see something through. So that could be symbolic for somebody. Then the other thing that could be coming up is there could actually be a creativity block that you're moving through right now, where there's maybe that creative energy hasn't been fully flowing, and that's coming back online. So we'll see. We'll see what the cards have to say. Let's see. All right. So the heart of the issue or the question is the veil. Now, the veil is about the future. So, okay. I read the description of this in the book and nothing really popped out for me. So what I'm picking up from that is it might actually be the symbolism in the cards and then also with the future. So what I'm picking up because it's almost like she's blindfolded in the imagery here. And being that this is the heart of the issue or the question, there could be a lot of uncertainty around your future right now and that could be bringing up a great deal of stress. And this kind of goes in with a reading I did recently where I'm talking about um releasing the attachment of an outcome. And so what could be going on right now is maybe it almost feels like a cloud around your future at this point. And so maybe it's bringing up a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. Maybe it's feeling kind of like some of your lower chakra centers are blocked right now because you don't have the sight to see where something is headed in the future. Let's see. Okay, we've got this is the challenge. So we've got Skull of Darkness, which is blind spots. And then we've got Dawn, the light after the darkness. Okay, for some of you, you could be in the middle of a dark night of the soul. And that is definitely that carries an energy around not being sure of anything sometimes. Like, it can be one of these, like, I don't even know what I want out of life anymore. Um, and I do have a video on the dark night of the soul, so I'll do my best to remember to link it below. Um, so if you are resonating with that, you can, watch that video and see if there's some stuff in there that resonates for you. With that, with the dark night of the soul, understand the purpose of the dark night of the soul is to really break away things that are no longer serving you, and then the clarity will come. So just allow yourself to embrace the unknown right now. That's the biggest part of the message that I'm really picking up for you. Um, I am gonna peek at this one and see if anything else comes out. If I know my alphabet. There we go. Okay. So for blind spots, let's see. It says we may not appreciate or like certain aspects of ourselves, and yet sometimes our greatest treasures lie within these areas. So it says, how many times have you heard of famous artists or people extremely successful in their fields being bullied for being so different? Yet it is their very differences from others that make them so powerful. Additionally, all of us at some stage of life have certain blind spots that may cause us grief and trouble. Although we cannot see the issue clearly, it is the repeated patterns of pain that alert us to them. Symptoms, if you will. For example, the same things keep happening over and over again. Maybe we're betrayed repeatedly, fail at something repeatedly, not complete tasks continually. Peace and pattern breaking can be achieved by doing the work and uncovering our blind spot, or even consulting trusted close friends or professionals to assist us to see what we cannot. So this really is striking me as shadow work. This is when we've got these subconscious patternings. It's oftentimes stemming from a core wound, and then it shows up in relationships. It shows up in a work situation. It shows up in a, attempt at starting a business, something like that. And then there's a self-sabotage. There's a certain pattern that shows up in relationships, a certain limiting belief that shows up in work, something like that. And what that is when you look at these patterns and go, okay, every relationship has had this core issue. It might look a little different, it might sound a little different depending on who it is and all of that, but it's a core, thing that keeps repeating. That's the sign, that's the gift in it is to be like, okay, what is it about my internal space that is creating this in my external world? What can I trace this back to? What limiting belief do I have? Is it a worthiness thing? Is it a lack mentality thing? Is it a subconscious belief about money? Is it, a subconscious belief about love? Whatever it is, it's going to be different for each of you. But I feel like what's really going on right now is you're being given an opportunity to dive deeper into this and really look at your shadow and integrate that shadow, which really, and then we've got dawn, which is, to me, that's that when you integrate that shadow, then you're able to use that shadow self of, the shadow side of yourself to bring forth even more. You can create from that space. You can do all sorts of stuff by integrating that shadow. And it's by addressing it, acknowledging it, loving it, and bringing it in, within your being, and allowing it to be a part of you, but it's in an integrated way where it's not, an unchecked shadow will come out in all sorts of different ways, to where once you really bring that shadow within and integrate those lessons, then you're able to come from a different place, and it's more of an authentic place that's more in alignment with your soul. And then that's when you can really embrace the new beginnings that are showing up for you. Yeah, it's the light after the darkness. Let's see if there's anything else. Um Says you're being reminded there's always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. So, another thing that could be going on with this right now is in this state of, really kind of being unsure about the future and everything else. Part of what could be happening is there might be a fear of starting over in some aspect, or there might be a fear of um maybe you set your mind to this and just decided that this is the way that you're going to show up in life now, and then things are happening and you're like, well, actually I don't want to show up like that anymore, but I'm so used to doing this. How is it going to be received by others? Or how is my life going to just change if I do this thing? And so there could be a fear of starting over. There could be a fear of a new beginning that is also coming up right now. And so then we've got, interesting, we've got the solution, which is winter, the sacredness of pausing. So what I'm getting from this, so it says it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back, take real action to change those things. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, release it. Okay, so the solution here could definitely be in just allowing what no longer serves you to fully release. And there's kind of this process where when you release something that you had an attachment to for so long, it can feel kind of scary because it's probably become part of your identity at this point. And so it's one of these, like, if I release this thing, then who am I? And so the thing is once you release it, it allows the space, and give yourself the time to sit in that energy a little bit of just fully releasing it, and then you're making space for something new to come in. I just thought about this analogy that I've used before, where it's kind of like if you are remodeling your kitchen. And so you go in and you have to pull out, like if you're replacing the cabinets, you have to pull out the old cabinets to put the new ones in. And so this is kind of that energy of like fully pulling out those old cabinets and making space for the new ones. And maybe you don't know what those new cabinets are going to look like. Maybe you don't know what style you want. Maybe you don't know what, do you want them like painted? Do you want them stained? Do you want them solid wood? Like, all of these different options. Maybe you don't know yet, and that's okay. But the thing is you do know that you want new cabinets. So you don't know what those cabinets are going to look like, but you know that you want new cabinets. And so this is that energy of like clear the space and fully pull out those old cabinets. And then when you look at that room, you'll that vision of what it is that you do want will start to come in. And so that's really the energy that I'm picking up from this card, is to allow yourself to go through kind of, you know, that kind of demo process where you're just removing what no longer serves. And then that is creating a space for you to bring in what is more heart centered, what is more aligned, what is more soul aligned for you from this place moving forward. Ultimately, this is big work. This is big inner work. So I do want to give you some props and some encouragement to continue to do this, because this is the work where unless other people have done this kind of stuff, you don't really, it's not something that's super visible from the outside at first. And so it can be one of those things where it's just like, oh, I feel like I've done so much, but I my house still needs to be cleaned and this needs to happen, and it doesn't feel like it's externally showing up and reflecting the amount of work you've done inside yet. And the thing is there's a yet there. Continue to do this inner work, continue to allow yourself to move through these phases, because it will start to show up externally for you. And the more you release those attachments to the outcomes, the quicker those new things can show up for you and can manifest for you. And that divinely inspired action will really, start to take place. So, okay, well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. I hope that this resonated. If so, you can let me know in the comments below. You can even just affirm it, put an emoji, whatever. Um, and then if you like this message, feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, feel free to hit subscribe. It is free, and I will see you on the next message. Bye.